Hello and welcome to the video. This is Greg from the Fun Casino. In this video we're going to talk about how to play Blackjack, a beginner's guide. Now I understand Blackjack can be quite intimidating if you don't know what you're doing, but if you watch this video till the end, we're going to take you through step by step how the game of Blackjack works and how to beat the casino. The reason why Blackjack is so great is because of its simplicity. There's a reason why it's the most popular casino game in the world, and that's because it's so easy to play. Now obviously there's a lot going on that you're going to learn throughout the series, but to start off, before we can teach you how to play the game, you need to understand what is the aim of the game. We can explain the game of Blackjack in just one simple sentence. The aim of the game is to get closer to 21 than the dealer without going over 21. Now there is a lot more to it than this, but keep this sentence in the forefront of your mind as it determines everything that we do. We can break the game of Blackjack down into 5 simple steps. The first one, we need to place our bets. Now before any cards are dealt, the players decide how much they want to bet. Unfortunately, the game would be too easy if we could receive our cards and then place our bets. No casino on the planet will let you do that. Now remember, the minimum and maximum bets will be shown on the table. We suggest you start off small, start with $1 or $2 just to get started. The first thing we need to do, decide on how much we're going to bet. There's a little circle or a square in front of us. This is our designated box. We simply put that money in the box, and once everybody has placed their bets, it's on to step number 2, and this is where the dealer will now deal each player the cards. So the way this works is the dealer will move clockwise around the table, giving each player 1 card each, face up. The dealer will then give themselves a card face up, and then continue around the table, giving each player their second card, and the dealer's second card will be placed face down. So you as a player, you'll be able to see your 2 cards, all the other players' 2 cards, and the dealer will have 1 card face up and 1 card face down. Once you have 2 cards, this is what's known as your hand. So as we go through the video, when I refer to your hand, this is your first 2 cards and any additional cards that you will take. Now remember, it's very important to remember that you are playing against the dealer and the dealer only. It does not matter what the other players on the table have. If the other players have a better score than you can still win the game just by beating the dealer. Once you've received your first 2 cards, there's probably one question that comes to mind, and that's, what's the value of my hand? So I've got these 2 cards, how much, what's it worth? So it's very easy to calculate. 2 through to 10 are at face value. For example, a 3 counts as a 3, a 7 counts as a 7, and so on. Now, Jack, Queen and Kings all count as 10. These are also known as face cards. The reason why they're called face cards is because Jacks, Queens and Kings have faces and they're on the cards. So therefore, they are face cards. Not very intricate, I know, but that's why they're called that. And then aces are an exception to the rule. So aces are valued at 1 or 11. This depends completely on what the player wants the card to be valued at, what is best for the player. We'll talk about this in a later video. Now that all the players on the table have their 2 cards, this is where the fun really starts. Unlike other casino games, Blackjack allows players to make decisions that can improve or destroy their hands. If you're lucky enough to receive a Blackjack, you do not need to make any decisions. This is the best hand you can get, so just sit back and relax. Blackjack is when your first 2 cards add up to 21. This can only be done with an ace and any card that has a value of a 10. So if you have an ace and a 10, an ace and a jack, an ace and a queen, an ace and a king, this is Blackjack. For all other hands, it's time to decide what to do. You may have different options available to you depending on the cards in your hand, but the 2 available on every hand are hit or stand. Hit means that you'd like another card. Simply put, you think the next card will bring you closer to 21 without going over 21. You can keep hitting as many times as you like. If you're playing in a live casino, to indicate you want to hit, you tap on the table. The other option is to stand. Stand means that you're happy with your hand and you don't want any more cards. Simply put, you think the next card to come out of the shoe will not bring you closer to 21 and will most likely make your hand bust or go over 21. If you're playing in a live casino, to indicate you don't want any more cards and you'd like to stand, simply wave your hand over your chips. When considering to hit or stand, always remember the golden rule. If your hand total is 22 or higher, your card and chips are removed from the table and you are out of the current round. You've gone bust. So always remember that you want to get as close to 21 without going over 21. There may be other options available to you, but we'll discuss these in later videos. Once all players have made their decision and only players with a score of 21 or lower remain, it's now time for the dealer to complete their hand. So all eyes on the dealer, they reveal their second card, and depending on the total value of their hand, they'll follow a strict rule that will determine their final score. So you need to pay close attention to the below, because this fundamental rule that the dealer must abide by is the reason for all our decisions and all our strategies as we play the game. The rules for the dealer are as follows. The dealer must stand on 17 or more and hit on 16 or less. This one simple rule dictates the entire outcome of the game. There is just one thought in the mind of a dealer when they're completing their hand, and it goes something like this. Do my cards equal 17 or higher? If yes, then stop taking cards and pay out accordingly. If no, take another card. Yes or no, and the system follows, and eventually there's only going to be two scenarios. Scenario A, the dealer has a score of 17, 18, 19, 20 or 21 and the hand is complete. This is also known as a made hand. Or scenario B, the dealer has a score of 22 or more, the dealer has gone bust. In scenario A, where the dealer has a made hand, there are just now three outcomes. Number 1, your hand total is higher than the dealer. Well done, you win. Number 2, your hand total is lower than the dealer, unfortunately you lose. Or number 3, your hand total is the same and you neither win nor lose. This is also known as a push. Scenario B is the best outcome for all of the players. The casino manager hates it when this happens. So scenario B, the dealer has gone bust. Every player with remaining hands is paid as a winner. You could have any two cards totaling any score and you will be paid as a winner. Unfortunately, many beginners fail to exploit scenario B, and we'll go through this in more detail in later videos. Step 5, the dealer will now pay the winners, take the chips of the losers and push or do nothing with the chips of the players of the same score. Now, except for Blackjack, all bets are paid what's called even money. This means that if you bet £5, you'll win £5. If you bet £100, you will win £100, and so on. Blackjack pays 3 to 2. This means that for every £2 bet, the casino will pay you £3. I find it easier to think in terms of 1.5. For example, a £5 bet will pay you £7.50. A £100 bet will now pay you £150. Unfortunately, some casinos have now decided to pay 6 to 5 on a blackjack. This means that for every £5 bet, the casino will pay you £6. This means that your £5 bet that was originally paying you £7.50 now only pays you £6. We heavily advise you to walk away from these casinos. This is daylight robbery. If you'd like to know the best place to play blackjack, go to thefuncasino.co.uk and we've shortlisted the best casinos, giving you the best bonus offers as well as the most advantageous rules so that you can get the most out of playing blackjack. Before we put all the steps together and jump into a live hand, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more great videos on how we can actually beat the casino, please subscribe to the channel. Here we are at the blackjack table. We're going to put all the 5 steps together. Step number 1, place our bets. We've got $1 chips, $5 chips, $10 chips. Keep in mind the table minimums. Here the table minimum is $1, so as it's a beginner's guide, we'll start off small, we'll start with $2. We'll place $5 to the left of us just to indicate a new player, and $10 to the right of us to indicate another new player. Once I click deal, we'll move straight into step number 2. So you'll see the dealer move clockwise around the table, giving each player one card, then themselves one card, then each player will receive their second card, and the dealer will place their card face down. So now we've received our 2 cards, the immediate thought, what is the value of my hand? A 9 and a 6, 15, indicated at the top. Now it's on to step number 3, decision making time. Hit or stand are our 2 options always, and we can see here below, hit, we want to take another card, stand, we're happy, no more cards. With this score, we're going to take another card. 16, still not a great score, so we'll take another card. Okay, great, we got lucky. 20 is a fantastic score. Let's stand and move on to the next hand. 15 again, not a good score at all. We'll have to take another card to get closer to 21. I wouldn't be surprised if we go bust. We got a bit lucky. 17, not a great score, but it'll have to do. Let's stand and move on to the next hand. 13, another terrible hand, but let's hit and take another card. Surely we're going to go bust this time. 18, not great, but definitely better than going over 21. Once I press stand, we'll move straight into step number 4. This is where the dealer will complete their hand. This will move very fast, but the same fundamental rules apply. If the dealer's first 2 cards do not equal 17 or higher, the dealer will automatically take another card. They'll keep doing this until they reach either scenario A or scenario B. They've either got 17, 18, 19, 20 or 21, or they've gone bust. Let's see what happens. Brilliant. The dealer had 16, so needed to take another card, and then took an 8, which took the total to 24. The dealer broke the golden rule, so everybody wins. As you can see, we've automatically jumped into step number 5, and the dealer has paid all of the winners. Each bet has been paid even money, so your $10 bet is paid $10, $2 bet is paid $2, and the $5 bet is paid $5. Now notice here, don't be fooled by this psychological trick that the casino plays. It says that we've won $34. In fact, we've profited $17 because 17 of the original dollars was our bet. So bear this in mind. Either way, job well done. We collect our chips and it's on to the next round. Congratulations, you now know how to play blackjack. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.